Welcome back to another episode of Who Wrote That Shopping List. I am Chris. This is the shopping list. It's a short one today. This week we got a short one for you, but we're going to, if you've never been on the show before, it's where we take a shopping list that has been found by me, by somebody else, dear friends of the show that have sent in lists. We have people text them in. We have a friend of the show, Earl, who finds them, has given a bunch. And we go through them. We go through them line by line, try and use how they write things, what order they put it in, if they've checked stuff off, how it looks, all that stuff, to try and figure out if we can answer the age-old question, who wrote that shopping list? So join me, won't you, while we take a look at this list and see if we can answer that question. So here you have the list. I got it flipped over. It's very small. It's a very small list. Sticky on the top, right just to here, but folded, of course, for the pocket, for easy. Somebody folded it up, put it right in their pocket. But it's a very small list. As you'll see, there's not much on this list, but we're going to flip it over and we're going to see if we can figure out who wrote it. Now to start, you see it's from a People's Bank. This is a People's Bank Post-it pad with their slogan, working together, building success. I've never even heard of People's Bank, so I don't know if they're successful at that or not. So if there's a People's Bank around you, tell me what you think. So this one is interesting because at first I thought they were looking for staples and envelopes like that, like they're looking for two different things. Like maybe they got a home business or something. They got stuff that they're doing that they need staples and envelopes. But then I looked and I think that Staples, they're actually going to Staples to look for envelopes because underneath that is Kroger. So I don't think they're looking for staples and envelopes. I think they're looking for envelopes at Staples, which is interesting because you can get envelopes pretty much anywhere, including at Kroger. So is it some kind of special envelope? Is it like a special mailing envelope? Is it like a priority, some kind of mailing? Are they mailing a bunch of stuff out? What's the deal? Why does it have to be a certain kind of envelope? That's just interesting to me. So, because it doesn't seem like it would just be like regular standard mailer envelopes. So, maybe not. But so at Staples, this is how I'm interpreting it. You can tell me if you interpret it differently. But I'm interpreting that as at Staples, they need envelopes. And at Kroger, they're looking for sugar. And they're looking for butter, which all have a common theme here. And bread. And so that, they're the staples. That's what you see on 95% of these lists. You basically see at least one of these things. But then they throw me a curveball here at the bottom, and we have some strawberries down there, which is, I'm a supporter of strawberries. So anybody that wants to buy some strawberries, have at it. Now I'm looking at this. This is the entire list. Like I said, this is a smaller list. There's just not much to it here. But it's looking like you can make a case that there's more than one handwriting here, but to me, it looks like there's only one handwriting here, one penmanship. It does not look like there are multiple people that have written on this, so my gut tells me that this is just one person. Sometimes it looks like they might be maybe writing in a hurry at some point. Maybe they don't have a lot of time to write a list or something like that. But my gut's telling me, looking at it, that it is just one person. But you can tell me if you think that they're shopping at Staples and Kroger. Now in this town, there is a Staples. It is pretty close to a Kroger. It's pretty close. So I could conceivably see where they are trying to hit them both in one They're kind of across the street from each other. The Staples is in a little shopping center. So it would make sense if they were trying to knock out two stops in one trip. I would believe that with the list, knowing this town. But that's what you have. Again, like I showed you, there's nothing on the back. Just folded in half like that. That might be cat hair from here, so I won't hold that towards the person that wrote the list. So we'll take one last look at it here and give you one last look at this People's Bank Post-it note, and you can get your final guess, because coming up here in a second, I'm going to give you my final guess about who I think wrote this shopping list, and we'll see if we agree. Okay, so we've had a chance to look at the list. We've had a chance to go through it and look at things like handwriting, look at things, placement of items, take everything that we can, trying to find these subtle clues, put our detective hat on, and try and figure out who wrote this list. Now, this one's a bit of a tough one. It looks, you could make the case that there's more than one handwriting. There might be two people writing. But I think it's just one person. I think it is a busy young professional, probably somebody who has a side thing, maybe a side hustle at home, and they are trying very, very hard to manage all that stuff. But they've got, some of the basics where they've got, the sugar, the butter, the bread, the strawberries. But they're also looking for envelopes and stuff. So, maybe they're mailing a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I think it's my official guess, for the show is that it is a young professional, that, is trying to, maximize. That's why I think, they're trying to get two different stops in at one trip. This is a very rare list where we have multiple locations, and items. So, I think it's somebody who is, they don't get to shop very much. So, or as often as some other people do. So they try very hard to fit in as many stores and as many things as they can in each trip to maximize that, because they are a young professional. They don't have a lot of extra time. They don't have a lot of free time, spare time. So that's what I think. Let me know in the comments if you think that I got it right, if you think I was way off. And also, you can tell me who you think wrote this list, because what I'm going to do is I took what I think, and I wrote that into an AI image generator, and you are about to see an actual image of who I think wrote this list. So you can tell me if I'm right, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but until next time, I'm Chris. This is the shopping list for TN2M shows. Make sure to give us a like and a subscribe, all that business. And until then, here is what AI thinks that my guess about who wrote that shopping list looks like.